Have you ever heard of the tuna diet? You probably know of the tuna diet, and everyone's like, oh, I know the tuna diet. It's because I'm fucking broke and I don't have any money. So tuna's cheap. But tuna has high levels of mercury, and it's just fucking gross. It tastes like shit. I know a lot of you like, oh, I love tuna. You like tuna with mayo, with fucking shit all over it. You don't like tuna plain. Tuna plain is gross. I'm not talking about a tuna steak. I'm talking about canned tuna. It's fucking gross. You know it's gross. Stop pretending. It's just the kind of shit we get used to because, a lot of people don't have a lot of money to spend on food, especially going through high school and college. But have not had tuna since college. I avoid that shit because it's not a quality food. It's not a quality food. It's not a clean food. It's just something you should not be dipping into. I really do not recommend going after tuna. I recommend you avoid tuna fish. All right. And this is from my personal experience, and I just don't consume it. I will not consume tuna unless there's a fucking hurricane and it's emergency food. But I would recommend sardines or something like that. Anyway, so tuna diet. If I'm talking about not consuming tuna and not being a good idea, you can imagine my thoughts on the tuna diet. So this is written by Ashley Sobel, RD. Ooh, registered dietitian. Super excited. Let's read this article. It's on Healthline. Quote, is the tuna diet safe and does it aid in weight loss? And to be honest, to be fair to her, I was just kind of giving her shit. I'm just talking trash right now. The Healthline diet, this is from healthline.com, and they gave it a 1.5 out of 5. So kudos to them for treating this diet as it should be fucking complete garbage. And this is nonsense. But I think a lot of people, this is the kind of stuff that trends. This is the type of stuff that trends. This is the type of stuff that gets momentum. And people don't look at this as like a 1.5 out of 5. They see, ooh, tuna diet. And then people on YouTube are going to start doing tuna diet. I did the tuna diet for 7 days. Here's what I found. I did this for 3 days. And people are just going to jump into it. Oh, tuna diet. I could do that. I know they didn't rate it well, but if you can lose weight on it, let me do it. Before we get into what it actually is and what they say about the tuna diet and what it actually is, like the actual structure, the reason why you're going to lose weight, and you can lose weight on a tuna diet, why? If you're eating tuna and water, can you? Of course. Of course you can lose. When you stop eating food, you're going to lose weight, okay? Concentration camps in World War II, people lost a lot of weight. Ha ha ha. Too soon? It's true. You don't eat food, you're going to lose fucking weight. Keto, you lose weight on keto because you are cutting out carbs and you lose water. So you're cutting out major sources of calories, dense calories, because carbohydrates provide a lot of energy for your body. And it's very easy to eat hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of calories via carbohydrates. Plus, when you cut out carbs, your body flushes out water. So going keto, shocker, people lose 10 to 20 pounds in the first couple of weeks. Wow, keto is great. I lost all this weight. You eat a fucking potato, it's going to come back. So it's just a misconception. It's a misconception. And that's why people plateau fucking hard on keto, because your body only has so much water to lose. So tuna fish, obviously, if you're only eating tuna fish, you're going to be losing a lot of water weight. Okay. Not to mention, one of the things that people don't talk enough about, we talk about it, repetition in the diet. You definitely want to have your nutrients. You definitely want to eat some range of foods. But at the same time, the more consistent you are with your nutrition, the less likely you are to overeat. Okay. The more consistent you are with your nutrition, the less likely you are to overeat, because when you have repetition, when you're eating similar foods on a regular basis, your body is going to become desensitized or kind of like numb to all these like flavor spikes. You're not going to have the same types of cravings. You're not going to overeat these foods that you're treating as fuel. If you treat your food as fuel, it can still taste delicious. It can still be super nutritious. But if you're treating your food as fuel and you eat on a regular basis certain foods, you're going to essentially get, I guess your taste buds are going to get bored. You're not going to want to eat an extra sweet potato. You're going to be like, I'm done with my sweet potato. I'm fucking done. And a lot of you know this. You're going to finish your food and be like, good, I'm fucking done with my food. Now I can get on. Finally, I ate the last bite, and you're fucking done. You're done. And this is the way I am a lot of times. You eat your food that you need to eat, and you're so glad that you're fucking done eating. Then you move on with your day, and you're able to go train. You're able to go to sleep. You're able to go shower, or go do your work, or do something. Repetition and consistency with your nutrition will lead to less overeating with those foods and with those calories, which is why if you're consistent with your nutrition, you're less likely to overeat. You're less likely to need to count calories because of your regularity, of your consistency. So, and then of course, if you combine that with eating the right foods, you're going to have less cravings and so forth. So let me bring up the article so we can rip this along with Healthline because they didn't promote it. They said give it 1.5 out of 5. Is the tuna diet safe and does it aid weight loss? So let's read through this a little bit. Quote, the tuna diet is a short-term eating pattern in which you mainly eat tuna and water. Holy fucking gross. This is like a classic thing that you've heard before. Tuna and water. I got to lose some weight for the wedding. I'm going on vacation. Tuna and water. People have been doing this kind of shit for decades. While it causes rapid weight loss, like we've talked about, water loss and stuff, it's very restrictive and has several extreme downsides. Yeah, like eating tuna. This article tells you everything you need to know about the tuna diet. So we're not going to go through all of it. We're going to scroll through. And they give them their own ratings, but we can, we can judge it for itself. They say, bottom line, the tuna diet promotes rapid weight loss at the expense of nutrient deficiencies, potential mercury poisoning, and severe calorie restriction. So, of course, you're going to lose a ton of water. You're extremely restricted your calories, which is why you're losing weight. And you're only getting certain nutrients, or you're missing other ones, and you're just pounding mercury. So, good shit. So when I talk about decades, check this out. Dave Draper was a classic golden age bodybuilder. He used to train with Arnold back in the day. He's old fucking school. And I believe he's still around. I don't know if he passed away, but this is old school, like 60s type shit. You're meant to primarily consume water and tuna for 3 days. Then you can add low-fat dairy products, fruit, poultry, and vegetables for an unspecified period. During this phase, your macronutrients should be 40-30-30, which is the classic generic, which is really, honestly, 40% protein. That's really high for protein. My preference and my suggestion is more fat, less carbs, and a little bit lower protein. That's me personally. I don't like 40% protein. That's a lot of protein. Anyway, although promoted as a way to break bad dietary habits, it's a crash diet that isn't supported by research. No, it's supported by common sense. It's not a good idea. Let's move on. How to follow the diet. The tuna must be plain. You ready for this, fam? Tuna is garbage already. Now, let's make it even better. Let's make it plain. Let's make it plain. A lot of you are like, well, I like tuna. You like tuna with mayonnaise on it. Tuna must be plain without oil, mayonnaise, vinegar, or spices. And enough to give you 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Yo, that is so much fucking protein. 1.5 grams. Now, when we discuss when I get asked questions, hey, Papa Swolio, how much protein do I need per pound of body weight? That's not the right question, because if you're 500 pounds and you're 300 pounds overweight, you don't go by your fat. Your fat is stored energy. That's not metabolism. There's nothing there that is, providing your body or that needs to be maintained with calories. That's the storage of calories. So you want to go by your lean mass, your lean body mass. So if you weigh 300 pounds, what percentage of that 300 pounds is skeletal tissue, is skeletal muscle tissue, is organs, is the lean, not the fat. Everything, all the fat gone, your lean mass. That's what you want to gauge your protein intake on. So this whole 1 gram per pound of body weight is bullshit because you're not eating to support your fat. You're eating way too much protein. This is why people have kidney stones. This is why people have all these fucking metabolic stress issues and overeat. Because if you're eating these percentages and you're eating that much protein, think of that. That's a lot of calories. This brings people to overeating when they don't need to. You're supposed to also drink 2 liters of water daily. That doesn't sound like a lot. That's not a lot of water. Down a serving of Metamucil each night for fiber. This is disgusting. And take vitamin, mineral, and branched chain amino acid supplements, which we all know the effectiveness of BCAAs or lack thereof. After 3 days, you can add leafy green vegetables. Oh, thank you so much. Steamed, non-starchy vegetables, fruit, blah, blah, blah. Although there's no set duration, you're likely meant to follow it until you reach your target weight and repeat it from time to time for rapid weight loss. Gross. Other versions of the diet. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think, does it aid in weight loss? Of course it fucking aids in weight. All right, we get this, all right? I think we gather. It's the tuna diet. It's gross. You eat tuna for fucking X amount of time. You're going to lose weight. You're cutting major calories out. You're cutting carbs out. You're losing water. You're in a deficit. And it's just gross. It's gross. There's much more risk than reward. That's why I got a 1.5 out of 5. I would have given it a 0 out of 5, or at least a 1. If a 1 is the minimum, I'm surprised I gave it a 0.5 because I guess it does work. It will give you weight loss, but so does not eating tuna fish. You can do extreme caloric restriction and lose some weight. It's just not healthy because remember, it's not just the calorie quantity, it's also the nutrients. If you're eating empty and devoid foods and you're getting 1,500 calories a day, that's not good. You want to be eating quality food. So you need to eat enough volume of those foods to get enough vitamins and minerals that you require rather than it's not just a numbers game. Okay. You can lose weight while eating junk food. It doesn't mean that it's healthy. It's a terrible fucking idea. You don't want to be eating fast food to lose weight. That's a bullshit clickbait tactic to be like, wow, if I eat less calories, you lose weight. Yeah, no shit. So does starvation. It fucking works because you're not eating food. Your body has to eat itself. You still don't want to eat garbage fucking food. Don't put that shit in your body, whether to lose weight or to gain weight. Okay? Not recommended. Thanks for watching, fam. Make sure to subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast on YouTube so you can catch the live streams every single day.